Shemai, GTA fans, the Anis Euros is this week's prize ride and it's 1.3 million if you want to purchase it, so it's worth considering, certainly worth a spin. But I'm going to show you how you can modify this to make it look superb, splendid, splendilicious. But what I've done previously, I've already done this video, I've already done the customization. This is actually the customization pretty much I ended up with. I've just changed the color. So first off, I'm going to show you what process I went through. First off, I'm going to show you the colors. So this is the main bit anyway. So primary color. I'm going to show you the customization first, and then I'm going to go into performance. So let's go to metallics for a start. I've just wiped out the metallic it came with, and I'm going to try and recreate the metallic I had, which I assume I'm going to remember what I had. So this is the livery. The blue, the pink really goes with the blue. So this is my only pink car. Hot pink. It's got to be not Fister pink because this car has to be loud and proud. So you could go for a ginger, bright ginger. If there was a, I don't think we have the right kind of orange. But I mean, that green, you could do that as well. I was heavily tempted by the lime green, to be quite honest. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go with the pink, and we're going to put a pearlescent with it as well. What did I say the pearlescent was? It was something white, I think. I think it was a white color. I don't want to ruin the pearlescent you see on the top there, because we've got a darker color there. We don't want to ruin that by putting something too funkatronic. Saxon blue. Do we have like a pale kind of blue? So blue itself would probably do the trick. That'd be just a ticket, I think. Just the right accent. Is there a pale blue? That mariner blue looks nice. But I think blue. Let's go blue. That looks best. Okay, that is that, right? So next, I'm going to show you what I previously had. Now, this isn't exactly it, because I'm pretty sure it was a white pearlescent. I've already ruined it. Where is the liveries? There we are. There we are, liveries. So livery-wise, we wanted this was what we started off with, the Jackal Racing, which looks excellent. We also had a pink roof as well, but we've got rid of that. We've got a secondary scoop as well, and I think the dark roof looks really good, even with this livery. So there's not a lot of you. I think this was the prize ride that I've won in the past. That's why I got confused talking about prize rides, because I personally won it and I was getting confused by the actual the colouring. It's another good one, so let's have a look. All the armour, the brakes are all done to the max, so let's see what you can do with it. Roof scoops. So we've got some pretty good variety. This is a tuner's class car, of course it is. So we've got good variety in the scoops. You know, that secondary scoop looks pretty damn good, just sat out there like that. But I'm going to keep it tasteful. I'm going to stick with what I already chose, which is the secondary colour scoop, because it's a secondary roof. Headlight covers. We covered them up entirely, and it took me so long to do the customization that it was dark by the time we went out, so I regretted that instantly. But we're going to stick with that because that is the best. We can go for a colour. We could go for yellow. No, it's not. I'm not feeling the colours either actually with that pink. So engine wise, we have the engine block here. We've already chosen all this, so we could go with like a pink primary intake, but it's hidden by this big block here. So we're not going to do anything with that. Rail covers. This is what we've picked. The secondary ridge cost about 40 odd grand, mega expensive, but I figured it was worth it. So stock is like that. It was worth it so we can see inside. That looks good as well. That's a primary stock. That looks great with the silver, so it might even look better than that. So you want to save yourself some money, you might go for that one. But anyway, that's what you've got. Strut brace, we've got that. These are all the options. We're not going to go with those, but we're going to go with what we've got. Engine tunes to the max. Exhaust. You know what? I struggle with the exhaust. The stock exhaust to me are the best. They're the Chubb ones. If you want a thinner exhaust, then change it. But that's all. Not really impressed with the exhausts. So, and I went for the wide fenders. So this is the wide body. Look, it's not too pronounced, but it looks good. I think it certainly looks better than the stock. Actually, does it? Stock just looks cleaner. I think it just has bolt-on stuff. It comes out a little bit, so it's good. It's good, yeah. You see what I mean? Hood catches. We put some hood catches on. Gone for standard because I want the loudness to be in the colours and the livery, not in the hood catches. I don't want to ruin it. Oh, look at that. Secondary tinted. Ah, look at that. Look at that. What do we think? I mean, this really adds a nice accent to it. I'm going for the secondary tinted. Happy days. We've found a way of customizing it a little bit to make it a little bit better. But these are all the bonnet options. I think I wanted it. There's lots of very good ones. I like the racer hood. I like a lot of these, except for the carbon ones. We get rid of the carbons. Could have gone carbon on this because of the darkness, but I want the secondary, and I want the peepee hole. And that was one I was considering as well, the secondary skid hood. But I wanted the full engine there, and I wanted actually that's a clear hood, isn't it? I was going tinted, secondary tinted. Do we have tinted hood? Yeah, we have the tinted, but secondary tinted hood. No, we have got secondary tinted. All right, yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, everyone. All right, yeah. Oh, what was that then? Enhanced car cooling. Oh, shut up. Horn interior. We went for the standard dash. Here is the stock dash. And doors. Yeah, I mean they're good. We could change them to them, but we're not going to. What's the point? Seats. This is where we could have added value with, but I kept the carbon track seats because I like them. The original seats are very good as well. Look at the doodah, the stitching colour. That is excellent. But for me, I thought it just suits more of a. This car is really more of a race tuner's build, so for that reason, I went with that. Formula cutout. You see, I've got the pink colour there. I did have that one previously, but you can go for all these. But I think they're too maybe that one, maybe the professional. But the Chubb ones, I prefer the track looking one. Roll cage, we've gone for half cage, just because it looks better. You could go full secondary. This is a secondary. I mean, maybe we should go primary, but I'm not going to. You can go full cage, but I don't think it suits my build. And lights, finally, we have the headlights. You could zen on them, but what's the point? I've not got headlights. And I went for a neon kit, a full neon kit, because it was dark. But you can see the underglow there. Black light is ideal. We could go purple, but hot pink as well. But I think it's too much pink. I think you need something a bit different. Liveries we've done. Mirrors, we went secondary. Ooh, stock is the primary, and carbon. Plate, respray, roof. Yeah, we have all these roofs, but I like what I like. I chose the secondary. That looks great because the secondary is a dark color. And similarly with the skirts, I could not find anything at all that looked great, and it's just all kind of just too much. I almost went with those, but it just the cutout was too much. If that was a straight line, good, but not, no. Splitters, couldn't find. I wanted a clean build. Despite the loudness, I wanted a clean build. I don't want extra splitters on it, so I didn't go for a splitter. So that's the reasoning. Obviously, change the spoiler to a GT spoiler. Look at the blackness there. Goes with the window, goes with the roof. It kind of continues, it follows it through, and you've also got the pink on the edge. That is the absolute best for this build. But I did have this one, I think. That's a great. I mean, there's a lot of great spoilers. That's great as well. Doesn't have the blue, so I couldn't really choose that. But actually, that has the black, so maybe I should have gone for one that was body coloured. Do we have one? No, we don't have one that continues. That was a good one, but that was what I had on, I think, the Mark II. That looks great. But there's lots of good spoilers, so much to choose from. Secondary, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You could have none on the Sunstrip. Suspension to the max. You've got to go competition. That is the best for racing. Transmission, yeah. Wheels. We did change the wheel. No, we didn't. We kept the wheel as the Ice Storm because I think those are great. I really think they are a very good wheel, so we're not changing them. We can see the brake calipers, which aren't a colour really, so we could go for a Chubb one. We could have gone for something like that, the Hidden Six. But shall I go for the Hidden Six? Don't know. Hide the calipers. Maybe. Hidden Six is a classic. Let's do it. Do something different just because it hides the brake discs. So I'm happy with that. Hiding the brake discs, because then you add more darkness to it, which I think you need with a light build. So where we go with added value? What colour is it? Midnight purple. So effectively black, really. I was just being posh. Tyres, yeah, got the enhancement bulletproof tyres. The tyre smoke is in there, and that's it. We've got windows. You got to go limo on this one. Even though it's kind of a race build, I wouldn't go limo on a normal race build, but because of the pinkness to it, I think it really goes well. That is it, complete. If you want to see that again, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it a third time. This is it. Now, I've lowered the suspension to the hilt. This is a tuner's car, so you can lower the suspension. What it means with lowering the suspension, it's not the end of the world, performance-wise, because it's got sports kind of lowering suspension. The suspension is good anyway on it. It tends to have a bit of slip on the corners, it's all right for drifting, drifting around the corners. But for me, I think I prefer the old. If I want a drift car, like just a standard drift, kind of bog standard easy drifter, I tend to look at the Aston Martins. You know, the Dowbacks, the Dowbatches, like the Champion and the 770 on offer this week is brilliant for it. You know, for the price, what is it, 400 grand? You've got to buy that if you're into drifting or power sliding, as you call it, around the corners. This is a bit too. It's just not. It's just not as good. It's not as perfect. I don't have the same level of control for me. But having said that, we are on lowered suspension, which means a faster acceleration in a straight line, and should bring us up to speed a lot quicker. Better for drag racing, but not better for racing because the best is to get to raise it. So let's raise the suspension, shall we? Hey, come on, there we go. Vehicles, come on. I know how to do this. Vehicle stance, lowered, default. So this is what you want generally, but I think you can handle the lowered suspension. It doesn't completely destroy the handling of the car, but you can see it's a lot better, a lot less slippy, and you're gonna spin out a lot less in racing for sure. So you need this. You need this for racing. Default, definitely, super definitely. I'm not going to do that, am I? It's not going to go well. I put the handbrake on there, so sometimes you want the handbrake to get you around the corner. You shouldn't really need it, but I'm just a bit worried about smashing into cars. But the handling's pretty good, actually. It reminds me of the Jester RR because I think the two are pretty similar performance-wise, so they're not top end of the tuners class, and both sports cars, so they're not going to be top of sports either, but they are probably top and middle. I mean, this is similar to the Jester. I'm not sure which one's better. It's either this or the Jester, but they're not. It's not far off. You could beat a Jester in this, I reckon, definitely. I can't remember beating the Jester, but from my own personal experience of driving. So nice car. It's certainly worth considering. Oh, come on, get it right, get it right. It's certainly worth considering winning the 5 races. So this one is. No, no, sorry, I'm doing it again. It's a podium, Christ on a bike. The Zentona is the prize ride. That is worth winning the 5 races for sure. This one is worth spinning. I mean, it's free as free, you know. It doesn't take no effort to spin. If you know the spin trick, the 3.5 or 4 seconds, I really can't answer that question because I'm not very good at spinning. I don't spin the wheel too often anymore. So I can't have any authority on that. But 3.5 or 4 seconds, you can win the spin every time. So it's certainly worth a win, certainly worth it for free. If you've got full garages, question mark over whether it's worth the garage space. Customization wise though, it looks absolutely superb. Swimming, brilliant. It is so much customization on this car, you can really make it look great, especially if you're into the Nissan 350 or 370. It's one of a mix of both of those cars, but there are other Nissans of the 350 variety in the game as well, but they do not have the same level of customization. I really like this car. It really looks great loud. There are some great liveries on it as well. You can go liveryless, but I think it really suits a livery. I can't help but enjoy this one, and there are some get out of my way, man. Get out. There are some liveries that really look great on it. There's so many options. You can make it your very own super unique car, and in pink, it's the best car in pink in the whole game. So for that reason, you want to win the spin, you want to spin the wheel, and you want to add it to your garage. And it's good enough handling. You can do a little bit of power sliding it. It's not the worst at power sliding. It's pretty good, you know, pretty clean. So yeah, recommended for a spin. I'd say. I'm glad I'm glad that I won it as a prize ride back in the day. It was certainly worth it for me. So I get enough enjoyment out of this vehicle for sure. So yeah, if you found that useful, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. Give me a comment on your thoughts on this vehicle, how much you enjoy it or don't enjoy it. Disagree with me? Do it in the comments. Would be welcome to hear your opinion for sure, but it looks great. You've got to admit, it looks absolutely superb as a vehicle, even if pink isn't your colour. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.